Hi, I'm Liz Moser and I'm a Mayo Clinic certified wellness coach. Here I am, 10 weeks after starting my Namaste challenge of no caffeine, no TV, and increasing my meditation to two 20-minute sessions per day. My goal was to deepen my spirituality, my connection to my highest self, to create time and ease in my life, and hopefully become a more centered, intentional person. All of that for the most part happened. However, surprisingly, according to a friend, I'm now a kinder person. I'm kinder today than I was a mere 10 weeks ago. Nice. 10 weeks ago, I was nervous, even fearful. How could I possibly study for a test, let alone take an exam without caffeine? What would my fiance and I do every night without TV? Would this bring us closer or increase tension? 40 minutes of meditation each day? Well, that's a lot. I was worried about my relationship, feeling bored, caffeine withdrawals, and lack of productivity without my favorite stimulant. At the 4-week mark, I was encouraged that I was just rocking this challenge. I hadn't missed a day or a habit. I was over my caffeine withdrawals. Dan and I were eating dinner together at the dining room table. We were talking, listening to music, and putting puzzles together. I was studying every day. I felt great. Yay me! How can someone be that excited about being so calm and centered? Well, it's kind of how I roll. I'm not only a cheerleader for my clients and the people in my life, but I suppose I cheer myself on a little bit as well. 10 weeks later, okay, here I am at the end, at the 10-week mark. I haven't missed a day or a habit. It was much easier than I thought it would be. Mainly because I was blessed to experience the benefits of increased calm and ease, and contentment of this triad of habits early on, which encouraged me to continue. So what am I going to do going forward? First of all, meditation. I meditated twice a day for 20 minutes. Several days I went to a local meditation and yoga center, and my second meditation was a yoga nidra practice in their salt cave. I'd never meditated with other people, nor had I experienced the calming, healing effects of a salt environment. The experience is so rejuvenating, even luxurious. I am going to continue with the yoga nidra for sure. I purchased a meditation bench and a cushion from meditationbench.com. I'm thrilled with my purchase, and I would highly recommend this company and their products. There have been no downsides and only increased calm and peace while feeling more in tune with my intuition from expanding my meditation practice. I have every intention of continuing this habit. Twice daily 20-minute meditation sessions are remaining on my nightly checklist. Okay, caffeine. Despite my fears, I was actually able to study and ultimately take a 4-hour certification exam without caffeine in my system. Well, of course I was. What was I thinking? Somehow I made it through grammar school, middle school, and high school without caffeine, right? Didn't pick it up till college. So why should now be any different? So I'm calmer, more focused, have more sustained energy throughout the day, and most surprising, I need slightly less sleep. I was a strict 8 hours a night person. Now 7.5 is enough. Not a huge deal, but it's interesting. What I once thought of as an integral part of my productivity decreases my focus, alertness, and awake time. That's what the studies show, but to experience it firsthand is a different story. I also own a coffee shop. I love the smell of coffee. I love green tea and matcha. You could say I loved all methods of caffeine delivery equally. Yet letting go of the smell of coffee first thing in the morning is something I'm grieving still to a certain extent. I've replaced my morning coffee with hot water and a quarter lemon, squeezed in a clear 20-ounce glass. It looks, feels, and smells just wonderfully. It's like heaven. Still, I get a pang of yearning for my morning coffee from time to time, but that will pass. Decaf coffee is also a no-no for me. It still has some caffeine in it, and in the past it's been that sort of gateway drug for regularly caffeinated coffee and teas. My goal is an intentional, peaceful, and centered life where I'm in touch with my true self, highest self, insert whatever woo-woo term works for you. Stimulants like caffeine move me away from that calm center. They work against me, not with me. Coffee and caffeine take away more than they add to my life. No caffeine is staying on my nightly checklist. Okay, last but not least, television. 10 weeks ago, I stopped watching TV and my fiance and I are closer because of it. I love eating dinner at the table, talking, listening to music, and puzzling. We don't do that every night. Sometimes after eating dinner, Dan watches TV and I read my book. Still, most nights, we continue to listen to music and puzzle until I wander off to start my nightly bedtime routine of meditation, reading, and journaling. I don't want to give this up. Not watching TV adds value to my life. And in preparation for writing this, I reread a bunch of articles about the effects of TV on the body and the brain. It's not really pretty. The passivity of TV viewing just isn't great. And on the other hand, reading, listening to a book, or puzzling requires the mind to envision scenes and characters and make connections. These are downtime activities that strengthen our brains. Also for me, TV creates a to-do list of sorts, another need, because I must catch up with my latest shows. I need to know what happened to my favorite characters after last week's cliffhanger. TV creates fake urgency, so to speak, and of course, it takes so much time. In its place, Dan and I put together 16 500-piece puzzles. They're smaller so that we can puzzle and eat at the dining room table. I read 15 books, I listened to 3 Audible books, and I started a 70,000 steps per week challenge. Oh, I've also increased the yoga classes I attend per week, plus I added the delicious practice of twice weekly yoga nidra in the healing salt cave. And of course, I increased my meditation practice at home. All that said, and with cautious trepidation, I've added a line to my nightly checklist that says TV and then a space to fill in what I watched and how much time I spent. My goal is no more than one night per week of a moderate amount of TV, most likely a movie. I have an addictive personality in general. TV was another of my addictions for sure, and I'm asking myself to moderate my TV viewing. In most areas of my life, I'm not a moderator. So if my meditation slips or if my TV habit creeps up from one night to 2 or 3 nights, while Dan and I are no longer having our sweet nightly dates at the dining room table, I'll simply cut TV out, period. I will keep you posted. In sum, I asked my mastermind group about the changes they noticed in me over the last 10 weeks without TV and caffeine while increasing my meditation. Some of what they said I expected. You're calmer, more centered, peaceful, and content. However, I also heard the unexpected. Liz, you're less rigid, less controlling, and kinder. I'm kinder than I was 10 weeks ago. How nice is that? Kindness is a beautiful quality to possess, but I was surprised when she said that because I certainly didn't start this challenge hoping to become a less rigid, kinder human being. However, after taking a more in-depth look, it started to make sense. A meditation practice slows you down, increases your time spent looking inward, and without the stimulation of caffeine and TV, my meditation was that much richer, that much more profound. You could say that the practice of looking inward is an act of self-compassion, even kindness. Meditation is a way to say to yourself, hey, I want to get to know you better. I want to hear what you have to say. You and your thoughts matter to me. In that sense, I spent the last 10 weeks showing myself kindness, and in turn, according to my mastermind group, I'm now a kinder person. We've heard the adage, you can't love others until you love yourselves. In that vein, I don't think we can give others what we don't offer ourselves. The best way to express love for someone is not with gifts or other material objects, but with time and attention. Over these last 10 weeks, I spent 40 minutes a day with myself meditating, merely checking in and listening. Okay, I'd like to invite you, support you, even challenge you to quit caffeine and TV while increasing your meditation. The last 10 weeks have been transformative in so many areas of my life. But even if you don't want to jump off the deep end as I did, then what smaller steps can you take that will increase your calm centeredness, that will enhance the time you spend with yourself? How can you show yourself that you truly matter to you? Is it decreasing your caffeine and screen time? Is it more time in nature, time with a loved one or beloved pet, exercising or meditating? We believe what we see ourselves do. Don't merely shrug and say, yeah, sure, of course, I love myself, I have self-compassion, blah, blah, blah. Convey it by slowing down, showing up, and listening to all you have to say. You'll be surprised by what this act of kindness will open up for you. I'm Liz Moser, Mayo Clinic Certified Wellness Coach, and thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions about this video, or if you have any questions about health and wellness or wellness coaching with me, please contact me through my website at lizmosercoaching.com. Bye for now, and I will check up on you next week.